Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, double honor unto the elder apostles, a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, I want to do a video about the word Cornelius, right? Now, it says the book Acts 10 and 1, which also will prove spiritually that then Cornelius is an Israelite, right? Because we already did the breakdown from the elder apostles on down. Already did the breakdown about Cornelius being an Israelite, right, with the physical scriptures and stuff like that. So now we're going to touch upon the spiritual side of it concerning his name. Acts 10 and 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band, right? Because they read this and they say, oh, he's in let me see, G, which is Greek 2483. But basically just Italian, right? Mind you, you had Israelites in Italy. You had Israelites in all through Europe that was calling themselves Moor or being called Moors. Morenos, which actually Moor, but Moreno goes back to the word dark or dark brown, right? You have it here. Maroon also is the same. Moreno. Huh? What? Oh. Right, it's a shade, right? Moreno in Spanish from Mexico has two meanings. A, means that someone moreno has a brown or dark skin. So you say, so you would say that. What? So you would say, yeah. Es hombre es moreno. That man has brown skin. That's what it is, basically, moreno. Or morena, which is a female way of saying moreno. Right, so now going back over here. Cornelius, G2883. G2883. This the G stands for Greek, by the way. Cornelius, of a horn, a Roman centurion of the Italian cohort stationed in Caesarea. Yeah, Caesarea, who converted to Christianity. Right. Now, it says of a horn, right? And you would ask yourself, like, oh, what does it mean? Well, I'll get to the Cornelius thing first, but of a horn is still spiritual, because if you check it out here, Psalms 148 verse 13, let them praise the name of Yahweh, for his name alone is excellent, his glory is above the earth and heaven. He exalted also the horn of his people, which goes back to the power of his people. Horn represents power, because if you take a ram and you take away his horn, he's not that powerful no more. I'm not meaning powerful, but he's not a threat no more. Because these things do hurt. They do hurt. Rams fighting each other. You can hear this for a very, very long. I don't know how many kilometers, but you can hear it, especially when they're up there in the mountains. And then you can hear it from all the way up in the mountains, and you can hear it all the way down here. So yeah, it's very loud. So it says, he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh. Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Now, who had made a covenant with the Most High Yahweh by sacrifice? Only the children of Israel, only the sons of Israel. That's it. Right? Exalted the horn of his people. So it says in the blue letter, his name means of a horn. But I'm gonna go deeper than that, right? Because it actually goes deeper. Now, the name Cornelius in the Bible, there's only one Cornelius in the Bible, right? I'm not really going to read this. I'm going to put it in the description box so you can read it for yourself. My point is here. Etymology of the name Cornelius. Now, The name Cornelius comes from the Latin word cornu, which I can look it up here too, right? Which is here, Cornelius. I think I wrote it. Yeah, Cornelius. Yeah, Cornelius. It doesn't really give out a name. Wait. Right, now this is another site that I use also for name explanations and stuff like that, right? It goes into the Irish, British, sometimes England, England, American, and Latin America, as you can see here. And here you can see Irish. Here you can see Latin America, here you can see Irish, sorry. Now it says Cornelius. Other origins for the name Cornelius include Latin America, Irish, period. The name Cornelius is most often used as a boy or male name. In Latin America, the name Cornelius means horn colored. Right, so that's what it means there. Irish, it means where is it? Right, in Irish, the name Cornelius means strong-willed or wise. Cornelius is sometimes used as a translation of the name Conchubar, Conchubar, or Conchubar, meaning high desire, Conchubar, whatever, meaning high desire, right? So it doesn't explain it there. This is the meaningofnames.com, by the way. Put that in the description box if you want it. It doesn't say anything here with the etymology, but here it does, the etymology of the name Cornelius. So let me read it. The name Cornelius comes from a Latin word cornu, meaning horn, and we just read that here. So that's why in the Latin, because this is Greek, right? But in the Latin, they transformed it. I mean, translated it into the name, the word horn. You know, from the Latin, right? Meaning horn. Hence, such useful English words as cornet, Cornell, Cornelius, Cornelius, but not corn, as in mice. You know, this mice, as in mice, right? Not this. Courageously enough, which derives from the old German word Kernam, meaning small seed. Hence also our word grain. Basically that's it. I could actually stop it right here, right here. I just go on for a little bit, right? Latin word cornu shows up all over the classic and describes, besides horns, also items that were of a horn-like material. Hoofs, bird bills, warts were made of horns. Bugles, bows, lanterns, or were horn-shaped. The moon, elephant tusks, land tongues, branches of a river, which is why Roman river idols had horns, because they devils. That's why. you know. Basically, I don't have to read anything else. It says here caras, or caras, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, or however it is pronounced. I don't know how it is pronounced. So I just read caras, and it says here the Quran. It says, and both our Latin and Greek words are in turn cognate to the Semitic noun Quran or Quran. Right. Again, meaning horn, but with a twist. Quran. Basically, that's it, man. I don't have to go on and on because I already said it. It like it says right here in the Hebrew, it says of a horn, right? And here you can find it again. It says the name Cornelius probably stems from an adjective and diminutive form combined, and means a bit like a horn, or slightly more striking of a little horn. So that's it. But it's still spiritual because the horn of his people, which is the Most High, is going to brace us up, and the seed, and it's all about the seed of Jacob, which is here, small seed. So the word Cornelius goes back to the word small seed. You might read it in the in the Blue Letter Bible as of a horn, but even this has a breakdown, and that breakdown goes back to over here, which I'm gonna read it again, which says the name Cornelius comes from the Latin word cornu, meaning horn. Henceforth such useful English words as cornet, cornel, cornelius, or cornigerous, but not corn. Curiously enough, which derives from an old German word Kernam, meaning small seed, hence also our word grain. So it literally goes back to small seed. So that's what it is. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Yeah, I forgot something. If I'm correct, this word needs to be kernel, because kernel is means the edible substance in a nut or the stone of a fruit. Old English cernel, seed, kernel, pip. Middle Dutch cornel, coarse meal. From the root of corn, seed, grain. Yeah, and here you have it too. It says the same thing, of course. And here you have canal, which is in the Dutch pit. But in the English, pit is a grave. But in the Dutch, uh, uh, pit means seed. I'm gonna put it like this: apple, apple, right? Yes, apple. You usually write it like this in the Dutch, apple, right? And if I put an apple pit, then you get this. You get the seed. So an kernel means seed. Pit in the Dutch, and in the German it's kernel, which is Germany. It's a total different country. And Dutch. These two languages look alike, but they're actually not the same. It looks a little bit alike, like maybe like what 30%, 35. I don't know, just a certain percentage. Because if somebody speaks German to me, I'm not understanding you. I could understand a couple of words. Other than that, I'm not understanding you, man. For real. So this is the seed, which is kernel, pit, stuff like that, and pit, right? It goes back to Carl, which is Carl. It goes back to grain, pit, as you can see it here. So yeah, basically that's it. Here, oh yeah, corn in the English. In the German, corn is mice. So that's corn. Or this one, that's corn. That's getreide. That's getreide. That's mice. That's hoenderauge. Whatever. Hoenderauge. That's hoenderauge, whatever. Okay, so going on. So basically that's it. So or it is kernam or kernel. I think he did a spelling mistake here, but it's kernel. And here you have in the Greek keras. Yeah. So that's it. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. But it goes back to the word small seed. The word Cornelius. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.